Ah. Sorry, Michael, if you're listening, I forgot I had muted the I had muted the volume in the YouTube feed. I forgot I had done that. Okay. Oh well. So guys, if you're on the YouTube feed, I'll be back at about probably earlier than 1:50 Eastern time. So maybe in 20 minutes from now. Okay. I am back. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. So I see, as I was doing the video, I see MRAM. So remember I was talking about this MRAM. Now it didn't really continue through. I'd much rather see it take all this out here. And it could later on. All right, so I think what I'm going to do now for the MRAM is just I know I'm giving up a lot, but I'm going to put an alert around 280, 282 or so. Put an alert there. Remember, I mean, it got up to 326, but it still has room. Look at that weekly chart. I mean, if it wants to continue, it does have room. You never know. So that's all I'm doing. Well, that was a short-lived pop, though, guys. I mean, now we're back down to being 1,400 under, so it was a short-lived pop. What do you mean? How do you set it up, volume and Momo, Frank? Are you asking for one of these because you can click on the scans tab, or I'm sharing everything. So what do you mean, volume and Momo? Okay, how do you see volume on the scanner? So do you have trade ideas? Okay. Well, have you ever created an alert? Have you ever created an alert window? Okay. Okay, so well, let's do one from scratch then. So you see right here, you see I've got a volume column. Can you see that? Okay, so it's just a matter, when you create an alert window, or a top list window, it could be a top list window, but I'll start off with an alert window. And I'm going to start from scratch, load the settings, okay? Now, clicking on window specific filter, here are all the filters you can add, okay? So here are the filters, but here are the columns. All the columns, if I click on more, all the columns are here they are, okay? Here are all the columns that you can add. All right, so actually that didn't, give me a second here. Don't know why it's doing that. It's gonna be a minute here. I'm just gonna put it on filter. Okay, so here are all the columns that you can add. One of them, of course, is where are you? Volume. I mean, you got volume 1 minute, volume today, right there. Okay. So the whole idea of creating an alert window, remember, is to take the have enough filters in place so you're not overwhelmed by the number of alerts you're going to get. So you may have a price range. So remember what I was just doing there. Okay, so for instance, you might have a price range, right? So you add the filter. You might have a price range of whatever it is, your minimum and maximum, as an example. You might have a minimum volume that you want, so you would add that. Put it in here. I mean, I'm showing you what is probably in the Momo up. But that's the whole idea. And then you keep adding filters so that you kind of whittle the universe of stocks down to a manageable number. to give you an exaggerated example, what if you just had in an alert window, just show me every stock that's making a new low today? Well, what would have happened? You would have overloaded that alert window, right? Because virtually so many stocks obviously were making new lows for the day. But you hear about a stock that's making a new low trading 10 shares? Of course not. So that's the whole idea of the filters. Have enough filters in place to kind of get it down to a manageable number. Otherwise, my Momo up as an example. Now the Momo down, I mean, this is an extraordinary day, but why I usually am not inundated is because I have filters in place that prevent like every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming through. Meanwhile, I see it did take the foe. On the auto trading. Just a second. It did take the foe on the auto trading. It took it at 910. 278 shares. Why? Subtract the 946. Remember, it's a short. Or 910 from 946 multiplied by 278. And presto, you get about $100. So again, I'm risking 100 on this. Remember, I'm risking $100. That's what that 100 means right there. And I'm using the VWAP stop. Yeah, okay, Kaifin, you'll have to. Okay, so you're actually then, Carafan, I want to make sure. So you're sort of upgrading. You're going from a premium monthly to a standard yearly, correct? Okay, so contact Kelly. I'll give you her email address. Okay, contact her directly. Okay, and just indicate what you're trying to do. Because it's still basically an upgrade. You're going from a monthly to a yearly plan. Okay? Now I don't know how overwhelmed she is right now, but don't worry about it. We'll work it out for you, okay? And when you contact her, make sure that you give her the email address that you use to sign up, okay? So that she can locate your account. And guys, okay, at 2 o'clock we have a marketing meeting, so I'll be attending that. It should be a little bit interesting. So this might be my plan going forward until we get the market settling down a little bit without these 500-600 point swings, gyrations during the day. I may turn the auto trader on later and just see what happens. I mean, that's what I've done today. Market drifting, guys. We did not get a sustained move at all. That big topping tail on the SPY, and then the seller said, you know what? Nope. So I mean, these bars are narrow so far. These 15-minute candle bars are narrow so far. So far. Somebody was in Vapo a lot earlier. Can't remember who it was, but I know they took it. I don't know if you're still in it, but not a bad little play, actually. What a bounce for HUD. I mean, the bottom, 246, all the way up to 4. Wow. Yeah, okay, but suspend or cancel a trader, Jedi. Suspend or cancel. There is a difference. Thank you. Okay. I mean, listen, it may turn into cancel, but oh, man, look at Faux even. That's me. That's me. Okay, real. You nailed me. I was typing. Yes. I do have other things to do. Okay, so RL, are you talking about having to turn the strategy on? So RL, are you talking about turning the strategy on every day? Because you do have to, yes. Okay, so you're talking about now as a swing trade. If it doesn't take, if it's not taken out in intraday, you can just leave it in there. Yeah, you'd have to put a target price in, obviously. So, for instance, if I don't, if these trades, as an example, okay, these ones right here, if they don't get stopped out at the end of the day, they'll continue on tomorrow. And a target price, yeah, they'll continue on tomorrow. So you can put a target. I don't put targets, but if you put a target in, yes. Match. I don't know if you guys watched Shark Tank on Sunday. I couldn't believe what that lady said about Match. Yeah, it doesn't look good, guys. That was short-lived. That was too short-lived. The market is starting to sink again, unfortunately. If you're, trying to play bounce plays, or you've got your 401k or so, guys, all I'm doing, I'm just auto trading these entries here, all on the short side, while Oxy was on the long side, right there, and again for auto trading anything, be it my alert windows or an alert window that you create, you do need our premium service. And if you want to auto trade the AI, you need our premium service, of course. Plus, you have to buy Brokerage Plus for $1,100 minus whatever the discount is. Right now, it's 15%, 15%. All right, I won't. You won't have to listen to me typing. I just put myself on mute for about a minute. All right, I am back. Well, let's see now. I'm going to put another alert on the SPY underneath here. So I mean, if it, man, if it takes out 251, I mean, look out. I mean, we're already in lookout, but I mean, really look out. Step aside. Oh, look at Air Lease. I think somebody was talking about AL before. Talk about a choppy day that reacted right to the market. Oh, I agree. I mean, look, if that didn't work for longer than 30 minutes, whatever if they injected money in and all that stuff, that didn't work. I mean, yeah. So, guys, if you're using a simulator, if you're using our simulator, I mean, treat it like it's your real money. So, watch what's happening, you know. So, you look at the FO as an example. If you were in this one, you'd have to be watching this. I mean, if this bases well and then it pops, you know, you probably want to get out. You can always get back in. I mean, that's the beauty of the simulator, practice trading. And even in a real account, I mean, you know, I know people are saying, oh, IB isn't free, but it's not expensive. Look at that POAI. It looks like it's going to go negative. It's going to go negative, guys. I mean, and this was shortable too. This would have been an awesome short. No problem with the uptick rule. Do you remember what I was saying about the FO? So I'm just going to flatten that. That's what I would normally do. Look at that little pop there. And then if it got back down below 892, I would take the trade again. Yes, NRAM or NMRAM? Did somebody mention? I think MRAM is what, but I can't see what you're looking for. I don't know what you're referring to, Sherry. There's an MRAM. MRAM was certainly active today. He probably meant MRAM, okay? Because that was certainly an active stock today. I mentioned MRAM only if it takes out this area up here at 280. Doesn't look like it's going to though. I'm surprised this food store is going down. Okay, B and G Foods, BGS. This is getting hit hard. Okay, so it took the box short on the auto trade. And let's see what this one does. I mean, this obviously is another beaten up stock. Okay, just a minute. I'll put myself on mute as I'm typing. Yeah, a little higher. Maybe it's only, maybe real. Maybe it's only a 3 bar pullback on the 15. Maybe. Now, you see how many shares this took for Box? 1,429 shares. That's because the VWAP stop was very tight. So, if you got into a situation like that, you'd have to be, really paying attention. All right, just watching this again, it looks good because of the number of shares it took, but you have to be awfully careful if that happens to you, okay? If you understand what I'm talking about, it's automatically took 1,400 shares, a little over because the stop was so tight. You know, 1094 and the stop's at 1101. That's a pretty tight stop. Risking $100. No. All right, guys, I'm just getting set for the marketing meeting. It'll happen about 3 minutes from now, so I will be putting myself on mute. I'm always here, though. If you have any questions, can always answer you text-wise. Just watching this. It's always a good idea also to have the max P&L column up. It shows you, you know, if you got out absolutely the best possible time, you know, what you would have done. Can you, excuse me, can you not see the screen? 1094. I'm exiting it, by the way. It's too many shares. Oh, you cannot read it. Okay, 1094 on the short. You can always magnify. Even zooming it, how can that be if you zoom it? You know, there's a magnifying glass here. Let me just show you. You don't know that, but there's a magnifying glass here. Where are you? There you are. There's a magnifying glass up here, so you could just zoom in. So you can't, you still can't see when you zoom in? Really? So what are you saying? Are you saying in the simulator? Because the simulator, no, listen, we've had problems with the Max P&L, no question. I haven't seen it in the last little while, but we have had problems with the Max P&L. Haven't seen it today or for the last little while. That's in the simulator, though. What you're saying in live, like connected to an IB account, it still is an issue. Right. So this is also a good one, as Calvin was saying, distance from exit price. So you see right there, $2.15. So wherever I exited Oxy, that was tremendous, because if I kept it, so I exited $2.11 above where it is now. So these are the two columns I like, the max P&L and the distance from the exit price. This can also be a nice one that changed in the last 5 minutes. Keeping track of something. You might be out of something, but it could be still moving. Well, and this keeps calculating too. You're right. This max P&L, it stops calculating once you're out of the trade. All right, guys, the marketing meeting has started. All right, the MRAM. I want to see what the MRAM is doing, just in case. I don't think it's doing very much, but I remember I mentioned this earlier. Yeah, it's not doing anything. It really has to. It's not MRAM. It was another one. I was sort of basing a little bit. Unless I got rid of all my price alerts. Let me just check. No, it was MRAM. Well, the only thing I can say about it is if it can take this area out here around 260 again towards the end of the day, it may have a run in it. Okay, guys, you're going to hear the mowers now outside my window. Yeah, waiting for a break around 261. Yeah, well, it might happen. Obviously, what has to happen is get a volume bar like that, put it right there, and pop it through. This is not a virus play, as far as I know. It's not a virus play at all. No, it's there's the sector it's in, so it's not a virus play. Ha ha, Calvin. All right, AKR. Ooh, boy, this is interesting. Not a lifetime low, but let's take a look back here. I bet you there's no... Yeah, I mean, I'm going back to 2014. Who cares? Back to 2012 for the lows of AKR. More importantly, though, look at the little break below. I mean, if you have to trade, guys, you might want to look at this one. The break below 19. Little pull up here on the 5, just a little one, and then a breakdown through 19. Actually had when the market opened, it actually had a bit of a pop. Let me check the SPY volume. I want to see what the SPY volume is right now. So okay, so it is eclipsed yesterday. It's approaching 2 days ago and also 3 days ago. An hour and a half left in the market. Man, and we get a big blasting sell-off. That's going to go right through that one. Yeah, obviously, yeah, MRAM. I guess that's my clue. Doesn't look good though. It really doesn't look good. It just completely fizzled. Now it does have earnings after hours, interestingly. MRAM. Not that I'm going to gamble on it one way or the other, but it does have earnings after hours. All right, guys, listen, I think I'll shut down at 2:45, okay, instead of 3. So I always, as always, I'll stay if there are questions, but yeah, well, I can always read about it, Locutus, as I'm listening to Sirius Radio. What channel am I on now? I'm on the One Hit Wonders. Some of them are so one hit wonders I don't even recognize them. You know, somebody mentioned Vapo a lot earlier. This it's hanging in there. VAPO, absolutely hanging in there. That's funny. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. You are right. It is Friday the 13th tomorrow. What could go wrong? Well, this is one to watch, guys. I mean, nobody's going to go to movies for a while, so IMAX. I shouldn't say nobody, but you know what I mean. IMAX. I mean, it must be it's not a lifetime low. Let me just check. I have a feeling, yeah, I think this did a named, no, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm wrong. But I'm going back to 2011. Again, there is no support for IMAX. So this will be on the watch list for tomorrow. Yeah, there'll be a movie like this. You talk about the ripple effect this is having and going to have. Guns. It's a sad commentary, but yep, there it is. AOBC and old Smith & Wesson, RGR, another one. Well, it's funny, the things you don't necessarily think about, but I mean, I know the Vancouver Canucks locally, when all those games get canceled, all the hotels, all the little taverns, all the little bars and restaurants, which make a ton of money, during hockey season, gone. As an example. I mean, it's just, and that'll be, for any sports team, really. All the little areas around, they make a ton, that's where they make their bread and butter. Exactly. Vendors, ushers, announcers, peanut vendors. Everybody. It's such it's we don't think about stuff like that, but I sit at home in my room trading, and all that stuff is outside of me. But wow. So I don't have anybody to worry about other than my wife. And she was supposed to go on a trip, and that's been canceled. No, she's still. They're still working downtown. Don't know, is that a stock symbol, Asia? GSGM? I don't see it as a stock symbol, or is it an acronym for something? I'm talking to somebody in the YouTube feed. I don't know what GSGM means. Okay, I'm typing it in, and I don't get anything. GSGM, I don't get anything. GSGM, I don't get anything. You watching? What you're watching? See, I'm typing it in. I don't get anything. Sure, that's the right symbol. Yeah, advertising and all. Yeah, what is ESPN, TSN going to do for content? Exactly. Badminton. A lot of replays. That must be a wrong symbol, Asia. GSGM. I'm going to make sure my eyes aren't deceiving me. I have typed in GSGM. Nothing's coming up. Well, is it a pink sheet stock or something? It doesn't come up on Interactive Brokers either. Aha, you see? There you go. So what is this, an IPO from the 19th? Was this an IPO? Or is it a symbol name change? Glory Star New Media. China, okay. Well, all I can say about it is, at least on a weekly chart, it's trying to come back. A daily chart is trying to come back. I guess I'll stay till 3. Why not? So I'll close the room at 3. Again, unless there are questions, I'll always stay later. Yeah, I personally don't know anybody who's been affected. I don't think my wife at her where she works. She hasn't come home and told me about anybody. So it's a big company too. Now that's just the Vancouver office we're talking about, but Stantec has 22,000 worldwide employees, so probably somebody has been affected. And down goes VHC. Boy, look at this. Up, easy come, easy go, as I say. It's going to be fascinating, guys, to see what happens tomorrow. It really is. I mean, was this the big... That's amazing to me, only 25 in all of Canada. It truly is amazing. Yeah, I read that. I said, wow, okay. Now that's reported, but still. Yeah, the dollar is getting whacked here. 72 cents now, yeah. Wow, look at VHC. I mean, again, don't leave when you're in one of these little cheap stocks. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, look at this. I mean, look great. Just struggling a little bit to get through 6. Okay, that's fine. There was some resistance up here at 6 on the daily chart, so that makes sense that it would struggle a little bit to get through there. Lots of resistance right there on the weekly chart. So again, makes sense that it would struggle. It doesn't make sense that it would just completely give it up. I mean, maybe go negative. Come on, SPY. All right. What is it now? 17? Well, let's see if we can get back up to being only down 800. The other problem is that if you get the sniffles or something, you wonder, do I have it? I know it's respiratory, I get it, but people will just be freaking out. Look at VHC. I mean, did some news hit again? I know they're always involved in a suit against Apple. VHC. Well, guys, I'm never, ever, ever, I say that now, I'm not going to complain when the market gets boring. We have those days where the SPY kind of flatlines most of the day. We always seem to be able to find something to trade with trade ideas, even in those times. But I long for those. Yeah, I probably will, Can Trader. You're right. Yeah, I don't know about these virus plays. I know AYTU, you're asking me about that. I mean, maybe, but, well, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's moving. And, okay, I'll give you this. It's moving on volume. I mean, all of a sudden, it's still kind of a drop in the bucket to what it's traded today, 72 million, but it did, that is maybe, if I look back a little bit here, it might be the biggest 5-minute, but maybe not. No, it won't be because we had volume here too. So, but certainly in the last, since, let's see what time, 11:10, definitely the biggest 5-minute bar. Why? Who knows? So I see they're doing an offering too. I must have missed that this morning when $1.25 a share. So it's above the financing price. I don't know if it's tomorrow. I mean, it says right there. Prim continues down here. Primoris Services Limited. What do you do? Water and sewer. Okay. No suggestions, Grumpy. I don't know what to say. I saw you asked yesterday. I mean, I'm trying to pass the buck, but I have no idea why that happens. I've got on that side of it. I have nothing to do with the emails that go out. I have no idea. There is an unsubscribe, as you know. Oh, I know they have my name on it, but you're talking about the daily video, right? But I don't send them out. It's just a mass emailer that goes out from Trade Ideas. Well, I know you've written it. I've seen. I didn't know it was you. You're obviously using another name. I've seen the emails that go into info@trade-ideas.com. I mean that's where it is. You know what? All right. Try Kelly. And see if she can look into it a little more, okay? Just explain exactly what you're trying to do, the email, address that you use to sign up with Trade Ideas, or that you're getting. I didn't even. Are you even a subscriber? I know you're in the room, but I have no idea if you're a subscriber or not. Okay, well, call her, email her with your email address that you use for your subscription. Explain what has happened. You're trying to unsubscribe. Is it just my video that you're trying, or every one of them? Yeah, that's surprising. They just have to remove you from the email list. So anyway, try, okay? Okay, guys, that's it. That's a wrap. Unbelievable day. We'll see what happens. Boy, the market looks like it's going to start drifting down too. It is drifting down right now. If it takes out that low, man, look out. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'll be here, 9 o'clock. Hopefully a lot of you will be. Keep the faith. So we'll see you tomorrow, okay? I'm going to start shutting the room down right now.